everybody. Hi, it's Becky from powertoolswiththread.com. That's my blog. Look who's with me. I think I created a monster. He was out in the shop today. And wanted to explain to you guys. We've had a lot of people email and send us messages through our store site saying, when are you going to have more seam rippers available? And he is at a work stoppage right now because we are out of what he calls kits. And show them exactly what a kit is.
Okay, like we've seen parts and pieces.
Here. These are the two, this all comes together. These are two little sleeves. They're little tiny sleeves like this, and you don't see these. These go inside the brass tube that goes inside of the blank. So he's short on these, and then also these are the ends, the stiletto and the little seam ripper. So without these, he make blanks all day long, but he can't put he's out of kits.
Right.
And you have 200 on order?
Yes.
Yes. So as soon as they get here, he's going to be making more of them. But one of the things we wanted to do today, where's the giveaway? Okay, so we're going to announce the winner of the giveaway, and we're going to let you see how it's done. This is the seam ripper he made the other day during the demo when we were in his shop, and we're getting ready to give it away to one of you. Okay, so we're going to do the YouTube random comment picker and let you guys see how that works, okay? Okay, so we are on the commentpicker.com, and the URL for the video is in that white box right there. We are filtering duplicate users. And Keith, go ahead and click that button and let's get the comments. All right. Amount of unique commenters was 810. So 810 of you are eligible. Okay, that's good. So let's go, and we're going to click start, and it's going to pick. Mary Hadaway. All right. That's great. So Mary, you're the winner of the seam ripper. If you're located in the United States, please email me at powertoolswiththread@outlook.com with your address. Congratulations. So that's great, Mary. Congratulations. I need to hear from you by 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, November 5th. And if I don't hear from you, we will pick another winner, okay? All right, you guys. Now I'm going to jump over to Keith shooting the video explaining his process and his tools and whatnot out in his shop, okay?
And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and a like. I'd appreciate it.
Oh, good for you. Look at you. He's a pro. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi, everyone. This is Keith Thompson for Power Tools with Thread for my wife, Becky. I just wanted to explain, you've all seen me how I make the seam rippers. I'm going to give you a little history on how we got started and how much enjoyment I get out of it, and try to explain the whole process without all the noise in the back. The reason I'm doing this today because I'm out of kits, so our backlog, as you've seen on our website, don't have anything out there. What it is, I try to make as many as I can. I order 100 kits at a time, and it seems to supply to y'all worldwide. We got customers in UK, Australia, Norway, New Zealand. It's been really an exciting trip for Becky and I on this because we didn't know what to expect when we first got started. It was just kind of fun. What it was, I'm going to start from the beginning and show you some tricks of the trade and basically the whole process and why we're doing it. I'm sitting here today. I also make my own beef jerky, so my mind's smelling this meat dehydrating. Of course, I go big on everything I do, so I've got 18 pounds of beef drying out for beef jerky. For Becky, likes it not so hot, and I like mine very seasoned, so I'm smelling that, and I thought it'd be a good day to tell you how we got started and how it gets done. Here's the beef jerky I was talking about. Like I said, I don't go small. This is my cooker. And we got 18 pounds of brown steak on there. It's going to be jerky. And another 16 hours and 14 minutes because it's at a very slow speed. But there we are. I just wanted to show that and add this into the video so you know what I'm smelling right now. And it does smell good. First of all, Becky got one as a gift. And once I saw it, I go, hey, I can do that, because I've spun pins for 20 some years. I get into it for a while, get out of it, and I just enjoy working with wood, working with my hands, making things. So a friend gave her one. She showed it to me, and this is the one that is going to be given away. This is the one that we demonstrated on, and y'all know how they work. They got the stiletto in to push your fabric through, but the reason I have two grooves on the end here is because we had one of our customers say that, I get confused, don't know which end is which, so that's why I put that mark in there so you can decide where, you can put your seam ripper there or your stiletto, so that way you're not opening it up twice. That's why the two rings are on there. Again, it's evolution of what our customers wanted, and I thought it was an easy deal. The second thing was they are beautifully round, they roll, and they're heavy and they fall down, they break. So we started selling just tips to replace them. And then I had to think of a way to help out, and I had pieces left over from when I cut them. As you know, I cut from the big piece is what I start with, and then I cut them down to this size, which leaves me this much of a waste is what it was. So I was thinking about it, again, the customers say, hey, it rolls, can you make it square? And I can't make it square. I mean, I probably could, but it wouldn't look as beautiful. So I go, I got all these little pieces underneath my saw, and that's when I decided to drill the hole in the middle, and I cut it in half. That way you have a little stand. Be aware on some of the stands, if it's a round piece, like the green and the white, I can't make a stand for that because it's round, so you might get a different color with the green, white, and there's a couple other colors that we don't have stands. So don't get upset if you don't get a matching stand. You will get a stand with the seam ripper. It just might not be the green or the white pearl because they don't become in squares, they come in round. So like I stated, it's evolution. You guys teach me, I teach you. I try to come up with ways to help the sewers out there, and if there's something little I can do to help it, that's what we try to do. The reason, like I said, we're out is I don't have any more kits. So what I've done is I've pre-drilled 50 so you've seen the setup where I take it on the saw. That's the first step, saw it down to the size with the brass insert, which all it is brass, and it's scratched, so when I put the glue on there it stays in there. Then I take a drill that has a special jig on there, and what it does, it flattens the end to make it perfectly smooth. Hopefully you can see that. It goes in here and that makes it perfectly smooth on the ends, so it comes out when I put the kit together, it's all the right size. Now how I get it down to the right diameter is they sell these kits, and all they are is little dies. You can see this, and they have different sizes. These two go for the seam rippers, and then for my necklaces I use a little bit smaller one because it's a smaller piece, and that goes on this mandrel. that I have in my lathe, which comes in here. This is in case you're going to get into doing this. This is just one of the pieces you have to have, but it goes in there, you tighten it down, and this is where your working piece. As you can see on the lathe here that I have mine in there, I have more than one of just about everything because I've been doing it so long. Now once it goes on the lathe, then you have to go into your gouges or your tools. I used to work with the old wood ones with the regular metal. I talked to my guys at Woodcraft. You know, I used a whole bunch of different companies, but they recommended these carbine tips, and I have 3 different tips: the round, the square, and the gouge that I use to mark the 2 little nicks in there so you can tell what's in. Now these carbine tips are the way to go if you're going to do it. They're not cheap, but all you have to do is, you know, you can rotate them so they last a long time, and then you just use what it's called a credit card sand. It's not sandpaper, it's a diamond grinder, and you just run them down until you wear them out. And the carbine tip, they'll take a long time to do that. I start with, on the square ones, I start with the square, and what that does is it takes it down to get it almost round, and from there I do all the finishing work with the round one because I can get in there easier and it makes a nice smooth system. Okay, I didn't go over the sandpaper. Either 400 or 500 grain wet sandpaper, and then I go from 500 to 1,000, and all I do is buy the big sheets and then I cut them up into strips so I can get my finger in there and I feel everything. And that's the key, is I feel everything on the seam ripper so I know when it's smooth or if there's a little nick. Trust me, I've had to redo some that have just a little tiny nick in there, and I don't let it go out of the shop unless it's to my specifications, which are pretty strict, because I only have a couple over here that I will not send out, and you know, I have them together, but I'm not going to put them on the market because they didn't meet my expectations. From the 1,000 sandpaper, we go to the 1,500, and this is cloth sandpaper. It's not really paper, it's cloth. What I do is I upset Becky and I go in the sink and we soak it in Dawn, and then we'll wash them after each time I use them. Go from 1,500 to 1,800 to 2,400. The 2 working ones are the 15 and the 1,800. The rest, you can see that I've used it and you get less and less on there because it's so smooth. After the 24, we go to the 3,200. From 32 to 3,600. From 36 to 40. And then the numbers start getting there. We got 60,000 or 6,000 to 8,000. And the final one is 120,000th grain, which is really, really, really smooth. And then I put a little luster on there. Now, in the last video, the Air Force uses these to polish out canopies on aircraft. You know, the fighter aircraft, because they need to be smooth. They get nicks in them and stuff. And this can sand them out. I've used these same sandpapers on the sinks where, you know, somebody might drop something on your sink that's ceramic. You can grind this out and just use it down the layer and get it smooth as glass using this. And like I said, what you do is you wash them out and they last, I'm not going to say forever, because my original set, as you can see, is pretty torn up. And this is my original. It cost $47 for the box of 2 sets of these. But as you can see, my fingerprints on there. As I run that over the bead, it gets smoother and smoother on the seam ripper. I get blisters a lot of times because I'll do it too long and it'll get hot and I get a little blister. But that's the key to the sheen and the shine on the seam rippers, and it's worth the money to get this fancy sandpaper. Like I said, you don't have to just use it on pins. If you have nicks in your ceramics on the house, sand them out for you and you save all that money. Instead of buying a new sink, you can just sand it down and make it beautiful and new again. Once it gets, I apologize, Amazon just pulled up. I got to see what Becky bought, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with you. The dog that went after the Amazon lady. Now when I say what I'm out of is the kits, these are what the kits come in. They have instructions, you know, once you do one, but the problem is you get these, and I get hundreds of those thrown in the trash. It comes with a insert that goes in there, and that's what holds the two ends in and makes it easy to pull in and out. And then you have the seam ripper and the stiletto that goes in there, and all you do is push them in. They're interchangeable. But when I say I don't have any kits, I don't have any. This is a kit that I've done, which is the gold. I quit selling or making the gold because I don't know if it's my hands or not, but the gold starts to tarnish, and I don't like putting out a product that might not be good. We're going to try. I'm going to make a few with wearing gloves to see if that works. Once I get the chrome back in, they're due in next week. Like I said, I've got 200 on order, so I have 2 different orders. Got more plastic on order, and you know, Becky and I are here to, you know, we try to help you all out in the field, and we enjoy making it for you. We enjoy reading all your comments, and I just wanted to give you a brief why we're kind of behind. We're not behind, we're out of kits, and I just want you to know they're going to come back in. I'm going to try to get a big supply up for Christmas because I know a lot of people are giving them away for gifts, and we're working hard for you. And it's Sunday, and hopefully you all are having a good day. I appreciate the time and enjoy working with you. Thanks. Bye.
All right, you guys, that's all I've got to talk to you about today. So I hope you have a great evening. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you soon. Go sew something. Bye.